Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home Red State Update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Folks, people, welcome to the Red State Update podcast. My name is Dunlap, your cousin friend Dunlap, the dirty Dunlap, Dirtlap, the Dirt Nap. It's great to be back with you here for another week of yelling about Trump and doing local sponsors. And seated next to me, as always, is my good friend Jackie Broyles. Where is he? Jackie? I swear to God, I thought he was just here. I've been talking to him for like 15 minutes. Like, who was it? Was there somebody else here? Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Who's calling me from Iowa? Could it possibly be KIMT Storm Team 3's Sarah Knox? Hey, is this KIMT Storm Team 3's meteorologist Sarah Knox?
Who?
Is this KIMT Storm Team 3 meteorologist Sarah Knox?
What the hell are you talking about? It's me.
Who is this again?
You know who damn well who this is. It's me.
Go ahead. Just introduce yourself like you're on like we're starting the podcast off.
What?
Just go like, hey, everybody, Jackie Broyles here. What's up, YouTube?
Hey, everybody, this Jackie Broyles. All right, fine. You happy? I did it.
Folks, thanks for joining us here for the Red State Update podcast. Jackie's not, where are you, at the store?
No, I ain't at the store. I ain't got no store. Are you still at Lake Hanover and Kudzu Soup?
Can you bring me some pimento? Yeah, I'm at Link Folks, in case you're wondering, every time we say Link Hanover, who we're talking about, Link Can Opener. That's probably how you know him as.
That's his nickname, but his name ain't that. It's whatever.
Link Canover, he makes the kudzu suits you've seen everybody wearing about town, then being whisked away to Elk City, Iowa, if they have one squirrel in that suit, and to Elk City, Oklahoma. I'm sorry, Jackie. That must infuriate you after having spent so much time in Elk City, Iowa, Oklahoma. Are you there right now?
I'm not in Elk City, Oklahoma. I made it to Mason City, Iowa.
That's right.
Mason City, Iowa.
You had two squirrels in you, and you had to get them to Mason City, Iowa, to get them to mate.
Well, they're supposed to study that, but these squirrels, I know they're endangered, and I'm trying not to. It ain't their fault. They just nature calls and they do what they do. But I'm irritated as hell because evidently they had babies on the way between Elk City, Oklahoma, and Mason City, Iowa. So they were further along than I thought, I guess, or anybody knew. You
were supposed to keep them from mating.
I can't. What am I supposed to do? Just reach in my pocket and jerk them out? I'm not supposed to touch them. I can't even take this damn thing off. How the hell am I supposed to stop them?
I guess you are supposed to reach in there and jerk them out. Listen, let me ask you this. You had a squirrel. Okay, let's just to paint a picture. You're still wearing this. What is that noise?
That's them making a racket. It's barking and whatever, hollering, whatever they do. You just tune it out, and I have to.
The way it sounds over the phone is really creepy.
Well, it don't sound too pleasant if it's right here in your damn ear either.
So just to paint a picture, you're wearing a kudzu suit, a suit made out of kudzu.
I'm wearing the jacket. I ain't got the whole suit on. I got it over my overall.
So you look like a farmer at a funeral.
A what?
And you got two endangered dwarf-eared mutt squirrels. And
well, it got more than that because it got offspring. I don't know how many's in there now.
They had babies?
There's a bunch of babies.
Oh, no.
Well,
are they cute?
More chatter as far as I can tell. And now you have to sit still like you have to go outside and sit still so they can the male can go out and get the forage for whatever they need to feed the babies, and you gotta sit there and wait till it leaves and comes back.
Are they not breastfeeding no more?
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know first thing about it. I ain't
Are any?
I ain't no squirrel scientist. I'm just doing what they tell me to do, which is now they say I gotta go to Bowman, North Dakota.
Bowman, North Dakota. I don't even know where that is.
I don't either. I gotta figure out. I gotta map it there and figure out how the hell I'm gonna get there. But they're saying if they're mating, you bring them here, which they weren't mating. That's what happens when you mate. They have the babies, but they said after they have the babies, it ain't no use to them here in Mason City, Iowa, on the Squirrel Preserve, because they just want to study them mate. They don't want to see them raising babies. Right. They're trying to figure out why they're mating so good in these kudzu suits.
So what do they study in Bowman, North Dakota? Just babies?
I'm guessing they study baby dwarf-eared mud squirrels. Hell, what are you asking me for? They just sign a paper. You take it to one room. They stamp it. Then they send you in the room. You're sitting in there with a bunch of other people dressed up in like idiots with these kudzu suits. I thought these kudzu suits were just for in Murfreesboro. Hanover needs to learn a thing or two, because I guess this is something across the country. Yeah, because I met 2 or 3 people had kudzu suits. They didn't know who Link Hanover was. One of them was from Boston, and the other one was somewhere down in Texas, I think. So somebody else is making these suits, or if he's shipping them out, or something. I don't know. I don't understand any of it.
Are you sure this is not a cover for an alien invasion? Because it sounds like...
What the hell are you talking about?
It sounds like Close Encounters.
What counters?
Are you sure that...
Hanover. Lake Hanover.
I think that's who makes the suits down in Texas, actually. Neil Counters?
Make them in Texas.
Neil Counters?
Wait, Counters, what?
If you Google Neil Counters, it comes up kudzu suits, Texas.
Well, there you go.
So you got Link Can Opener in Tennessee and Neil Counters in Texas. And in Boston, fuck if I know.
I don't know either. Don't know first thing about it. I don't know what they got in store for me next. I got to take this paperwork. I got phone privileges for at least another 10, 15 minutes. And then they send me to the mess hall, and they feed us. Thank goodness, at least getting a meal out of it. They don't pay for the damn travel, but they feed you.
How's that food?
It ain't no good. You know it ain't good.
What do they feed the squirrels?
The squirrels, you got to sit there. That's another thing you got to do, because they come in there. Because if you can't sit and let the male go for it, you sit there. They just sit there with the eyedropper and putting it in your side, doing what they're feeding the squirrel with it, I guess. I don't know. See, I just hear them. I don't ever see them. I can feel them scratching and scurrying, rooting around in there. I can feel that on my side, but I don't know what they look like other than the picture of them.
Oh, you got to get in there and take some pictures for your Instagram, Jackie.
I don't know what Grams is, so I know I ain't going to take no picture of them. I just want to get this damn coat off. I hadn't had a shower in over a week. They won't let me take it off to get clean. You can't get it wet because they something about water in this. I don't know the first thing about it.
Wow, you must smell like squirrel, sex, and shit and afterbirth.
All right.
But it's worth
it. I don't know if I smell like all that. I don't smell good, I guarantee you that. But I'm miserable, and I don't feel like I got to go on another damn trip. You know me. I don't like living in Murfreesboro anyway. Ain't no place I want to go.
Well, if you run into KIMT 6 Storm Team 3 Sarah Knox, let her know I said hello.
Who? I don't know. Why would I...
And if you get a picture of a baby squirrel, send it to me. I'll put it up on my Instagram, and I'll get all them likes.
I don't know what they look like. I don't know how to... There they go. Just give them a minute. They'll stop eventually. Yep. All right. right there by the head, yes. Bad enough you living in there, you got to sit there and holler at me. All I'm doing is trying to help you, you little SOBs.
So who's your sponsor?
I ain't Hanover kudzu suits, I guess, although I feel a little odd about, endorsing them, but I guess I have to. You still there doing the pockets out of there, ain't you?
Yeah, it's actually, I had to sneak in because it's been padlocked, and there's a notice, no trespassing by order of the federal government, and nobody's seen nobody has seen Link Canover or Link can opener for days.
Well, long the government's going to wind up with this jacket, they can send it wherever. I don't give a thing.
Luckily, the back door was propped open, and I just snuck in with a bunch of the rats and mice.
There's something don't sound right there, but look, if you want a kudzu suit, you better like travel, and you better like little animals and little mouth sounds that they make, because you're going to be on the road. If you like being herded up with other people dressed like you, there's another reason to get one, I guess. But I feel a little awkward endorsing kudzu suits right about now, because I sure as hell won't get my butt back home.
So that's Neil Can Opener.
Link Canover.
Jackie, I got a sponsor this week that I think you're really going to enjoy. But I do have
enjoy it.
I do have a small bone to pick with you, you fucking idiot. You're supposed to
Watch
be
your
here.
mouth.
You're gallivanting around the country like you're on a travel show that nobody wants to watch. Instead of being here where you're supposed to be training for the baloney get-out-of-town race I was challenged to by my rival baloney cart rivals, Martin and Dixie Carton and the Bubble Up Baloney crew. They're in great shape. And where are you? Nowhere to be found.
I'm in Mason City, Iowa at the Squirrel Preserve. I done told you.
I cannot. How is Mason City? Did you make it out to the Buddy Holly crash site?
No, you can't go anywhere as long as you got this on. You got to wait there. You got to get approval to leave the premises on the Squirrel Preserve. Why do they have armed guards at the Squirrel Preserve? I asked them, like, you trying to preserve these squirrels? You ain't shooting these squirrels. Why the hell? And they say predators. But they look like MPs. They take us from one room to the other.
Well, no, you got to watch out, baby. Squirrels, crow get them.
Well, that's true, yeah.
Maybe that's it. Were they looking? Were they watching the skies for crows?
No, they're looking at us. They ain't pulling no guns on us or anything, but they're the ones that this way, that way, set you down in there.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being treated like a criminal and I ain't done nothing.
Well, I know you're busy. I know you're busy, but if you can break away for a second, you should try to get over to Clear Lake, Iowa, and see that Buddy Holly crash site. It's really something. Richie Valens, Big Bopper, all of them went down.
I know Big Bopper. Yeah, I like Big Bopper. Yeah.
Are you gonna do it?
Do what?
Your Big Bopper impression.
No, I don't feel like doing nothing funny or silly. No, I'm not in the mood to do no Big Bopper. I ain't in the mood to listen to Big Bopper or to hear about somebody else talk about Big Bopper. I don't want to know anything about Big Bopper right now. All I want is this kudzu suit off, man. I want to be home.
Shit, I just asked you to do a Big Bopper impression. I didn't ask you for the sad story of your life. All I'm saying, Jackie, is if you can break away from your busy schedule, go to Clear Lake, Iowa, and take a look at some Americana, walk out in that field and see the Buddy Holly crash site.
Well, you talk to the MPs here, whatever they are, and you ask them if they'll let me go. But like I said, I got about 10 more minutes or something on phone privileges. They're going to send me back to my barracks.
Well, we better hurry because we got a lot of Trump to yell about.
Oh, hell.
So Jackie, I guess, has abandoned me and my brilliant idea of selling fried bologna sandwiches to drunk tourists in downtown Nashville for $20 a pop, with Jackie flipping the bologna sandwiches, grizzled old coot, people taking pictures and sending it to their cousins back in Idaho or Texas or Boston or wherever they made those kudzu suits and saying, look, I just bought a damn $20 bologna sandwich from a drunk hillbilly, LOL. And I'm the one getting rich. Well, then somebody showed up on my corner, Martin and Dixie Carton and the Bubble Up Bologna crew. And they had their own grizzled old coot. They challenged me to a get-out-of-town bologna match. Well, you know bologna law. I can't turn down a challenge, and I must abide by the rules. And if I lose, I'm going to lose my corner. I'm going to lose all this money, all the everything I paid for, all this bologna, the $1,000 I stole from Jackie by forging a check. Everything.
What?
Everything.
You better not lay a hand on no check. If you forge a check, you'll be locked up worse than I am here.
Luckily, I went down to the college and I talked to some of the engineering students, and they hooked me up with what they call the James Bond bologna cart.
What?
They said if James Bond ran and operated a bologna cart, it would be like this one.
What?
I was going to go out and get some really fit Dunlap and Jackie impersonators to run this race for us, but instead, I just outfitted my car like James Bond in Cannonball Run, full of gadgets to help me cheat.
James Bond ain't ever once eat bologna.
You know how when James Bond is in front of your car and he hits a button and oil comes out of it and it makes your car slip and go in a ditch?
Yeah.
Them engineering students from the college, they put one of those oil shooters on it, on the back of my bologna cart.
What the hell for?
I wish you could see it, Jackie, because when I'm running this race, I'm going to press that button and all that oil's going to shoot out, and it's going to make the bologna bubble up crew run right in the fucking ditch.
Oh, hell.
And then I said, do you have something that would drop some thumbtacks? They said, yeah. They said, we're engineering students. That's what we do. We're scientists. So they did that, too. So now I press another button. It says tax.
There ain't no such thing as bologna scientists.
All the thumbtacks. They are too, Jackie. Also, that's sexist because all of these students are women, and we need to encourage women in the sciences. And here you are saying, oh, bologna scientists, this scoffing at them. We're encouraging them. They outfitted this bologna cart good. And they only mocked me a little bit, which
I don't ever heard of no, I've never in my life heard no bologna scientist. You making that up. I don't believe it.
These women are top of their class. They give me a thumbtack button, an oil shooting button. They gave me a button that does the same noise, the weird noise that happened in Cuba and I think now in China that they blast at U.S. embassies to make the personnel sick and give them concussions. You know, that sound wave, the sound wave technology to really do some internal damage to your adversaries. They give me one of those.
Well, use all your fancy gadgets, ejector seat, whatever the hell it is, in win the damn bologna cart race. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Do what you need to do.
And then
I ain't gonna be there.
I said, is there a button you could push that would be like a big robot arm comes out with a giant squeezed bottle of mustard and squirts it right in their face? And they said they would work on it. So
well, I don't know what for.
I said, I'm good with the oil and the tax and the sound wave technology that does internal damage. But if you can get me that mustard face, that would be great. Now, they don't know. They can't promise they're going to get it to me by deadline. I said, so you are saying, scientists, that I don't need to get in shape or lose any weight, that just through technology and science, I can cheat enough with my oil and my tax, my mustard face, the sound waves, that I'm going to win. And then Martin and Dixie Carton are the ones that are going to have to get their bubble up baloney crew cart out of town. And they said, yes. I said, I encourage women in the sciences. So there you go, Jackie. Looks like I'm sitting pretty. I don't have to get in shape or lose weight or nothing.
Well, good for you. Fine. I don't care. I just want to come home. Right now, nothing makes me happier to run a baloney cart race if that's all I had to do.
Well, tough shit. You're out of luck.
Fine. I don't want to be in it. I just want to come home.
They built me a robotic Jackie. It doesn't do much. It's attached to the cart, and it has a head. It swivels around constantly, 360 degrees, and they put a recording of you on there doing your Big Bopper impression. It doesn't look like you. It's just got a gray beard and a hat.
I don't care.
Well, good.
Whoop-de-doo. What do I care?
And also does a siren, and it plays the ice cream truck songs.
The what song?
You know, the songs that ice cream trucks play when they come around?
Just that tinkling sound, yeah.
Yeah, those songs.
Well.
And also, I'm going to ask them if they can add in that squirrel chatter you got, because I think that's pretty funny, too.
What do you mean that's funny? It ain't funny when you got to listen to it all 24/7.
If you got a thumb drive, basically, they can play any MP3 you give them. And nobody really...
There they go.
Oh, yeah, that's him. That's him. That's hilarious.
It's not fun at all. It's just get tired of it. Sometimes they'll go for a good hour and a half. And I can't do nothing. I asked them, I said, is there anything I can do to quiet these squirrels? And they said, if you do, that's, you're breaking about 3 or 4 different kind of laws by silencing the dwarf-eared mutt squirrel. So they got to get used to it. And they quit. Good.
So where are you off to next on your big world tour?
It ain't a world tour. They're sending me to Bowman, North Dakota.
Oh, that's right.
No.
What do you think's there?
I know why they want the babies there. But I don't see why they can't just take this damn coat off and let the coat take the trip and send my ass home.
I can ask my scientist friends. They might have some answers, but probably not. They don't deal with stupid things like squirrels unless they're putting an MP3 of squirrel chatter and a robot head of fake Jackie Broles on my baloney cart. They do important things.
You can take all you scientists and your baloney cart, stick it up you. I don't give a damn.
Damn. Iowa makes Jackie surly.
Well, it ain't just Iowa. It's Elk City. It's everywhere in between.
Well, if you see KIMT Storm Team 3's Sarah Knox, tell her I said hello. When you get,
I don't know who it is. I don't know why I'd see her.
When you get to Bowman, North Dakota, let me know who the meteorologists there are, and I'll send them my congratulations.
I don't know anybody in any of these places. I don't know anybody. I mean, I've met a few people, but they ain't, in the mood to talk because they in my situation. They got to,
Is nobody treating it like a vacation?
It ain't a vacation. They giving us awful food. They're keeping us in barracks. We can't leave. My phone time's almost up, too. I got to get off of here.
Well, call me back.
Let's see if they let me.
Call me back when you can sneak around one of them MP3s.
I got to be careful, but I'll see what I can do.
But be careful of them MP3s. They're watching for crows. Folks, people, welcome to the part of the Red State Update podcast where we yell about the President of the United States of America, whose name is President Donald J. Jackie?
Dumbass.
Thanks. To my left here is Jackie. Where are you? Jackie, where'd you go? I was just talking to you.
I'm still on the damn phone.
Oh,
you know
that's
damn
right.
well
Of course. With modern technology, it sounds like you're right here in the room with me. Jackie?
What?
Aside from your current predicament, on a scale of 1 to claw through my stomach to pull my own intestines in two, ensuring a slow, painful death, how bad was this week?
I don't think anything good happened that I recall.
Had to be something good happen.
Not to me.
What about that socialist in New York who got elected?
What is that good for me for? What do I care what happens in New York?
That's a good point. Hey, Jackie, can you hear this?
What is it?
That's me opening a beer can.
Yeah.
That's one good thing you got. You got to hear that.
No.
Not everybody gets to hear that on a podcast.
That means about as much to me as whoever won in New York.
You're going to have to make your peace with 20-something socialists, Jackie, because who's going to, in the upcoming Civil War, who's going to take on Donald J. Trump? A bunch of 70-year-old farmers in overalls? No, you're the only one of them who don't like Trump. As a matter of fact, when all hell breaks loose, you're going to get a brick upside the head from both sides. Because the rednecks they'll know they can't trust you, and the anti-Trumpers will be like, there's one, get him.
Well, when the Civil War starts, I'm just going to go inside, turn the lights off, go lay down.
It's not Halloween.
Huh?
The marauders won't see the lights out on your porch and go, well, he's not home. He must be doing trunk candy at the church.
People been talking about this. They say, oh, it's a Civil War II. Civil War II is coming. He's going to be here. People say, oh, we're in a Cold War. That makes more sense to me. We're in a Cold War. This country's having a Cold War. But this Civil War stuff really got ramped up when they didn't give Sarah Sanders what she wanted to eat.
Is that the Franz Ferdinand moment of this Civil War, of this revolution?
It very well could be. That's when people really started saying, oh, they're going to be violent now. They're going to, oh, hell, they're going to be busting in the windows and getting guns, and somebody's going to get killed next. What, they just told her to leave a damn booth in a restaurant.
So you're saying the flashpoint was when they comped her cheese plate?
When the what?
When they comped her. Listen, Jackie, let me ask you a question. I got a question I want to ask you. If you, you know what I said earlier, first I have to backtrack. Because didn't Trump tweet? Who tweeted that, like, Democrats think it's Halloween and Republicans think it's 4th of July? What was that? Did you see that one?
No, I don't look at that mess.
If I'm that confused already, it must have been coming from Trump. I don't know why it was Halloween. Oh, because of throwing eggs and toilet paper in people's houses. He does have a good idea of what's fun on Halloween, but that doesn't mean he also knows what it's like to fuck porn stars. Does not mean I mean, there's stuff, if it was anybody else other than the most reprehensible dumbass to ever exist on this planet, I could get behind. But
yeah,
as much as I like throwing eggs and toilet paper in people's houses and porn stars, I also don't like putting kids in cages.
Yeah, that kind of trumps everything else, no pun intended. When you get to that, everything else seems just to fall by the wayside as far as I'm concerned.
I'm no saint. I am no saint. If you said,
I know that.
Hey, I'll let you fuck this porn star, but you have to You could name a lot of shit. A whole lot of shit before we would get to the point where I would go, oh, I don't know about that. But by the time you get to concentration camp and fascist tendencies, that's probably when I'm going to be like, I'm not even hard anymore, guys.
What?
This was a good proposal. I enjoyed the proposal, but like when you started saying the concentration camp stuff, I'm not hard anymore. And that's where we're at. That's USA 2018. That's a meme. Is that a meme? Can you just say a meme out loud and it be a meme? Jackie,
I don't know what that is.
Let me ask you this. Let's say, I'm not sure exactly what's happening. Do you still own a Jackie's Market somewhere?
What?
Do you own a Jackie's Market somewhere?
That currently, I don't think I do at the moment.
If Sarah Sanders came into your Jackie's Market, what would you do?
Well, in hindsight, I guess I'd let her get whatever she wanted, send her on her way. But in the event that if I didn't serve her and tell her to get out, the news cycle would turn into, talking about her not getting what she wanted, and they just forget about putting children in cages anymore.
So you'd let her just load up. I guess somebody loves the Trump administration.
What?
You just let her load up.
About love. There's plenty of people that come in, used to come in the store that I didn't care for too much. I still gave them business unless if she come in there screaming and hollering and knocking stuff over, get the hell out. But if she come in there and act decent, which I guess, as far as I know, that's what she did in the restaurant. As far as I heard, I wasn't there. But they just told her to get out on principle.
So you have no principles.
Not when it comes to, look, they're putting kids in cages. She's one of the people who's defending putting kids in cages. So I don't want her in my store. But if I send her out, people are going to stop talking about that they're putting kids in cages. It's a catch-22 is what it is. I don't know how you deal with that.
It is sad how the media can't seem to keep important stories going because we lose our attention span is just fucked right now because we're all so crazy and exhausted and terrified.
Well, you have a crazy president who is saying stuff every 5 minutes that don't make any sense and doing things, and you can't say he knows you do this, you do that, and you say this. They're going to be talking about, I'm going to talk about, Jimmy Fallon, and then everybody going to talk about that, and then we'll keep on caging up children. That's the most important thing that's happening. That's all we should be talking about. There really ain't much else that I'm too concerned about. Sarah Huckabee can eat whatever she wants to as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. What do you reckon she ordered when she went there? Was it red hens?
Yeah, I guess she ordered a red hen or two. I'm not sure. What else can you get there?
I ain't never eaten one of them, but the red hen sounds good. It'd be a good meal, yeah.
Get me. I'll have a red hen special.
Yeah.
And I don't know what.
No, you will. No, you will not.
I beg your
red
pardon.
Hen special.
I beg your pardon, ma'am. You will not be enjoying one of our many delicious red hens this evening. What about the damn...
Be on your way.
Kirsten Nielsen went to a Mexican restaurant. A Mexican restaurant the day.
Now, she's asking for it by that right now. You know what? At least Sarah Huckabee had, good judgment to eat somewhere, that she thought she'd be okay, but didn't turn out. But no, you go in a Mexican restaurant.
Is that part of the
asking for it?
Is that part of the problem? Like they're definitely trolling going to a Mexican restaurant, but does Sarah Huckabee Sanders go? Well, we'll go to the Red Hen because there won't be any gay people or immigrants or anybody that our policies have affected adversely there. Because I don't know those people. I don't know where they live. Obviously not around me in my bubble. And this red hen appears to be in my bubble. So let me go avail myself of their many delicious red hens. Do you get to pick your own hen out and somebody goes out in the back and kills it and then fries it up?
Yeah, bring it out. No, not red enough. I want a red hen.
Maybe she gets to kill the hen herself because her family has experience killing animals.
Yep. Shameful.
Look, would you let her come into your store with their Secret Service protection?
Well, I guess she's got that. They'll be from now on. They'll be telling people that's what. I don't understand why you need Secret Service when somebody won't serve. So I guess now when she goes in a restaurant, sorry, gonna have to leave. Secret Service says no. She gonna eat what she damn well wants, and you gonna get in that kitchen and fix it for her.
Maybe she wanted to be a secret shopper so she could give them bad reviews back to corporate. And they gave her Secret Service instead. Or maybe she said, I deserve special service. And they give her Secret Service instead.
That could be it. Secret Service said, no, you get back here and get the reddest damn hen you got, and you bring it out to this table.
Pistol whipping people.
We don't want no rust-colored hens. Don't want the orange hens. The reddest damn hen you got.
No burnt sienna hens. Get the fuck down. Get the fuck down.
I didn't say that. I didn't say all that. Watch your mouth.
It reminds me, though, that's a good plan, though, because if you ever get kicked out of a restaurant, what you want to do is come back in with some muscle. That's happened to me I don't know how many times. Remember when I got kicked out of that Taco Bell?
Oh, hell, which one?
The one they built the overpass over? It ain't there no more, thank God.
Yeah.
Like, that was not my fault.
What do you mean it wasn't your fault? I know you must have done something wrong there.
I mean, I was accused of some stuff, but I don't know that.
Didn't somebody throw some doo-doo at that Taco Bell?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's what they were accusing me of.
But you did it, though,
I did do it, but that doesn't mean... I mean, how did they know that? They had no way of knowing that. They had no way of knowing it. I asked them. I said, Randy.
It's a different comparison.
I don't think so.
Well, as far as we know, Sarah Huckabee didn't throw no doo-doo at Red Hen. Somebody else did that after the fact.
As far as we know, we don't know what went on in there. She could be throwing doo-doo and saying, I'm not throwing doo-doo. And Red Hen employees going, what the fuck? I don't even know anymore. We're gaslit by this doo-doo throwing Red Hen demanding Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Maybe she's not throwing this doo-doo.
Ain't it the Republicans, I should say Trumplicans, whatever you want to call them, they're saying we need to be civil, and they're throwing doo-doo.
Well, now, who's throwing doo-doo?
Whoever threw doo-doo at the Red Hen is mad at them because, I'm assuming that's why. Maybe they kicked other people out that I don't know about.
Listen, civility, shitvility, it's in short supply. I read a lot of editorials about how we need more civility. I wrote a letter to a non-existent Taco Bell, just as sort of a therapeutic exercise, saying we need more civility. But every time somebody, except for me, right to the Taco Bell, said we need more civility, I just thought, then why don't we let them kids loose? Why don't we find their mamas and be civil to them first? Now, like, if they did that tomorrow, which they ain't going to,
no,
I'd still be mad. It's not like that's the one thing. It's like he did that. Like, he got to go somehow. Like, It's not like people, we give them their mamas back. What else do you want? Like, somebody who won't put the kids in the cages to begin with. And that ain't just Trump. That's the whole fucking lot of them. From Jeff
Watch your
Sessions,
mouth, yeah.
the whole shebang. Well, hell, the damn Mitt Romney is going to get elected, going to go back to the Senate, and just going to kiss Trump's ass. Every once in a while, he'll say, well, we can't have this. But then, in the back of his mind, he'll be going, except, I guess we are.
Yep. He's coming in. He ain't leaving. The only way you can holler at him is if you leave. I didn't like Mitt Romney back then, and I like him less now.
Well,
but I'd still probably serve him if he come in the store.
You'd serve Mitt Romney?
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't have to like it.
What about Marco? Let's go down the list. What about Marco Rubio?
That's probably the hardest one. You started with the worst one right there. I'd probably say get one of my employees. I'm gonna be in the back, fixing underneath my breath, and he leaves the store. Come get me and tell me when to leave, but give him what he wants.
What about Jeff Sessions?
Hell, Jeff Sessions, when I had a store, people just like him used to come in all the time. I don't know how he ain't much different than people used to hate to nine mouth, back in the day.
He ain't different, but the damn times are different. Trump wasn't president back in. We didn't know. We let things. True. Maybe if you'd been like, get the fuck out.
I would not accuse all those men that looked and sounded like Jeff Sessions come in my store years ago. I wouldn't ever even think about accusing any of them of putting a baby in a cage. I knew that much of them.
Jeff Sessions looks a little bit like a baby in a cage.
Yep.
It's like if there was a baby. You know what? I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna go down the whole thing about Rumpelstiltskin and a baby Rumpelstiltskin and were his powers fully formed? But it's not worth it. Nothing seems worth it anymore. It's hard just to get up and go on about your day.
Civil War or not, there's nothing I'd rather do than get home, turn the lights out, and lay the hell down.
That's a good plan. But you can't, Jackie.
The people talk about the next Civil War all the time, like in everyday life, or they just do it on the computer.
Well, see, I guess Civil War has already broke out, but it's just on Twitter. Like, if I get on Twitter, I think things are already popping off. I got to get a brick. Because people are coming for me. And then you get off Twitter, and you're like, oh. I mean, kids are still in cages, but I guess that works better for white people when they get off Twitter. They're like, oh, whew. But Twitter is for fighting. I mean, people on Twitter are there to convince you to fight, to either make you mad or convince you to be mad. Like, that's what Twitter's for. So when you're on Twitter, you're in the process of getting mad. You're at some stage of anger anyway. Now, I'm not saying it ain't deserved. I'm not saying people shouldn't be grabbing bricks. I'm just saying if you want to get there, the place to go for it is on Twitter. People are arguing about fighting on Twitter. That's what Twitter is for. It's like if you watch...
It ain't for nothing good. I know that. It ain't good. Ain't nothing of value ever come of it, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you give voice to the voice. Listen, it's like if you're on Twitter and you think there's a civil war coming, it's like watching Westworld and you think cowboys are robots because you're watching it and then you stop watching it, season ends, you're confused, spell broken, you're like, oh, wait a minute, cowboys aren't robots. But on Twitter, it's Civil War time. Although when you get off Twitter, I'm a little bit like, Who's making money off the Civil War is a good question. I know, like, on the right, people who make money off scaring you is Fox News. They make money. Sinclair.
They make money. They make a hand over fist, yeah.
Breitbart. If there's a Civil War, they are strongly positioned to cash in on that shit. Alex Jones, he already sells Civil War II shit. If people really start going at it, like they're going to make money. The anti-Trump people on Twitter, they seem to be doing it for free. So I think they need to figure out how people can... Oh, wait, Jackie.
What?
Did you hear that siren?
They're still fighting down the street.
Shit, it may be popping off now.
Well, it's either the Civil War is happening, that Republican king, whatever the hell his name is tweeting Nazis.
Hey, Jackie, let me ask you this question. Who do you think Donald Trump will pick to replace Kennedy, Judge Kennedy, Supreme Court Justice Kennedy?
Hell, I don't know.
Let me ask you this, Jackie. If you were... I'm disappointed in your lack of knowledge of impending judges. Let's say that you were a judge, Judge Jackie. That'd be a good show.
Yeah. What?
And you're on the Supreme Court, Judge Jackie of the Supreme Court. You hate President Dumbass just as much as you do in the IRL.
Yeah.
What would it take to make you retire? How sick would you have to get to retire? Knowing well that President Dumbass would just appoint some dumbass-loving kiss-ass, a kiss-ass for the dumbass who will come on the court and just make sure that President Dumbass doesn't get thrown in jail. How sick would you have to be before you retired?
I'd have to be pretty sick, I reckon. I guess, sicker than Ginsburg. And she's sick.
Like, I think you'd need, if it was me, I'd have to have stuff sticking out of me, like needles or shrapnel or like.
I thought you meant things growing off of you where you didn't want to be seen in public.
Oh, that too. I'd come out, like, even if I was Elephant Man, I'd drag myself out to vote against President Dumbass. I'd hand down my decision. I wouldn't even give a shit, man. I'd be rubbing my growths all over my judge papers and my gavel. I'd be like, fuck you, Trump. I got some growth gavel for you, you son of a bitch.
All right.
I'm a fucking Elephant Man, and I'm here to say, fuck you, because I love what used to be of this country. 4th of July is coming up, Jackie.
And don't drag Elephant Man into it. He didn't, bless his heart, he didn't do anything. He had enough trouble as it is. Don't drag him into this, man.
If he were American and alive today, I think he'd stand with us. I think he'd be part of the resistance.
Well, I hope so. He had enough trouble as it is. I just hate for him to have to be alive today and see any of this.
I'm sure John Voight and James Woods are like, no, Elephant Man be on our side. Well, I'm like, fuck you.
Hey.
Elephant Man would be on our side. Pretty sure. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
All right, Jackie, is there anything else depressing we need to talk about before we... Civility? You got any tips on civility for the people out in the...
Don't throw doo-doo at nobody.
Yeah.
If you own a restaurant and you pay for it and put it together and run it with your own sweat and blood and hands and put it together like I did in my store years ago, you have a right to serve whoever or not serve whoever you want. Put a sign in the window. If you support putting babies in cages, don't come in this store. That's to avoid the whole situation right there. It's a shame that a lot of businesses are going to have to put that sign up in the window in America. I never thought that day would be coming, but I reckon it is.
Well, what if other businesses put up gay people stay out of here signs?
Are they already doing that?
I don't know. I keep hearing a lot of people say things like protected class. Sarah Sanders is not a protected class. She just wanted a red hen and she works for a dumbass. Gay people are a protected class. Minorities.
Well, didn't Supreme Court said you ain't got to make them cakes no more? Can't that baker put up whatever sign he wants to now?
I'm going to be honest. I meant to go back and read more about that decision before we had this podcast. But you can't. You can't. I know we have a podcast that is sort of our job, but I meant the Muslim ban. Why can they put up a sign? Okay, so if it's religion that lets them put up a sign in their window that says no cakes for you.
America just put up a sign that said no Muslim. The whole country just put up a damn sign.
But they said, I do know that they wrote that it wasn't about religion. I think Roberts, who I guess is supposed to be the new moderate on the Supreme Court, was like, looking at this, I don't see anything anti-religious about it.
He said Muslim ban over 100 damn times. Did somebody just run a loop of President Dumbass saying that over and over again while they were going over all this?
I don't know, man. I don't believe in torture. Although I feel like I've seen a loop of that, so I don't see why the Supreme Court shouldn't have to watch that same loop.
Yeah. I see that loop every damn day.
I think we're just living in a loop.
Well,
you remember that from the 80s? I'm a living in a loop. I'm a living living in a loop, performing their hit song "Living in a Loop." I don't know. I'm tired.
No.
What were you saying, Jackie? I cut you off with my living in a loop.
Man, until we get out of the loop, I just want to go home. Turn the lights off.
You got to stand up, keep them lights on, and fight, Jackie. The people are counting on you to fight.
I'm too old. That's for the young people. That's for David Hogg, that lady in New York. They're young. They got energy. They can do it. I'm too damn old. I'm like old Kennedy. He's 81 years old. He said, "The hell with this. Enough of it." I'm going to agree with it. I understand he did a bad thing. He's going to let Trump do it, but good Lord. Maybe he's like, I don't want to have anything. I don't want to have any affiliation with this country anymore. I quit.
Is he moving to another country?
Who the hell knows? Is he moving?
To another country.
Oh. Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to be like, damn, our friend he used to run the damn Congress, likes to tan and smoke and knock back drinks.
Oh, Boehner, yeah.
Oh, Boehner. I almost forgot his name. Is he alive, or is that just his ghost that occasionally turns up and haunts the backyards and lawn chairs of his fellow congressmen? Like a really relaxed ghost.
Either way, it still smells like cigarettes wherever it goes.
Yeah, I can't imagine he's still alive, but I reckon he is. Good jeans. But I don't think he wears jeans anymore, just coral-colored shorts.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's the end of our podcast, everybody. I hope you had a terrible time, misery, depression. Jackie, how you doing?
Not good. I don't care if I makes the city too much. I'm ready to get home. I hope this is the end of my troubles here. But I mean, they keep, I don't know. I just want to come home.
Well, at least you ain't a kid, and you know where your mother is.
Well, yeah, you're right about that. Dead in the ground.